Here's the
Okay, now let's get into Big Head Neo.
reality of it. I do partnership, not ownership.
Sure.
You're not my property. I don't even want to own you. I want to partner in this situation. I don't.
Okay, he's starting off good. I'm gonna tell y'all right there. Y'all know I don't have a problem with different forms of lifestyles because I just don't. I don't give a fuck about what other people got going on. Okay. Most of y'all cheating anyway. That's why I don't have problem with people be honest about their proclivities. Because most of these motherfuckers be cheating on y'all anyway. Especially men like Neo. Okay. So I'm with him at the beginning. Y'all heard what he said. He don't want to own you. Okay. I can appreciate that sentiment. I think that's healthy. I don't think we own each other. I don't own you. You don't own me. We are experiencing each other. I think that is a healthier way to be in a relationship so that you are not codependent. But a lot of y'all romanticize codependency. So do as you will. I'm going to let him continue.
Demand exclusivity. I don't ask for it. Nothing like that. If you offer it and I accept, there are rules to follow. Now.
Okay. So when he said that, I have a problem right there because I don't believe him. When you say there are rules to follow, if you agree to that, I believe that there are rules in any relationship because you want to be working within the confines of the boundaries set in place by the people in a relationship. And that just goes with anything. That don't even have anything to do with being monogamous or not, or exclusive or not. That's anything. You want a person who you're in a relationship with to know your boundaries, know what you're comfortable with, and know what you're not comfortable with, right? So I'm here for all of this conversation about what's cool and what's not, and how he does not ask the women to be monogamous. However, something makes me feel like there is coercion. I don't ask you to be monogamous, but the girls who are monogamous might get more from me. And you might start to feel like it would be better for you if you were monogamous with me, because I'm going to start to either pressure you in some way, or I'm going to show you how the women who are only for me, how they get treated versus how I treat a woman that's not only for me. And then when you ask about double standards or mistreatment, I'll say shit like, well, you're not exclusive to me, so I can't do that with you, but they're exclusive to me, so I can do that with them. So then you will get the woman in a position where she feels like, you know, I need to go ahead and be exclusive, even if I don't feel like that's fair. And most women who are already in this situation want to be in it because he's famous. He's offering a fun, freaky lifestyle, meaning he's going to pay for everything and you get to do all the nasty shit you ever wanted to do. Okay? Sounds like fun until he adds the rules aspect. And that's when I start to feel like this is about you having rules for them, but them not having any rules for you. And that right there is where the issue comes in. Because it's like no matter what these niggas say, they still don't really believe in having ethical non-monogamy. They just want to be able to do what they want to do and then control what the women do.
On the same side of that, nothing is above a conversation as long as we're being honest. You know what I mean? Nothing is above a conversation. But again, if you offer exclusivity, meaning just me and only me, and I say, all right, you sure you understand that your exclusivity to me doesn't mean exclusivity to you. This is a decision that you're making on your own. If you make that decision and I say, all right, cool. Well, here's the rules. Here's the rules that I need you to follow. And if you're cool with that, then we rock. If you're not, we don't. And no love lost. You go your way, I go mine, and it's all good.
Sounds like a partnership.
So yeah, that's it. Here's the reality of it. I do.
It sounds like a partnership to me. Shut your stupid ass.
Being in,
I hate people. I hate the niggas in the background that talk like that's something they can understand, but they really can't.
multiple partnerships now, I guess, give you more
Like ammo?
not ammo, but like, does it help more with writing songs?
I mean, yeah. Can't write about life if I ain't living it. Absolutely.
That's a
And it allows me to write from different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? It's there's the monogamous perspective, there's a polyamorous perspective, there's a perspective of the woman who is curious but can't get over her jealousy. Mind you, we talk about all of that. Like the only way this works is if everything is laid out on the table. There's 4 women, right? It's 4 individuals, 4 different personalities, 4 different outlooks.
A lot of
you know
energy.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Being in,
I'm gonna tell you, he makes it sound good, but he's not being adequate, I don't think, to me. Because I feel like, first of all, it's very hard to juggle more than one person. Especially when you're doing it in a way that shows consideration for everybody, right? It can be done, but I don't think that narcissistic slut men are the ones most capable of it. I just don't. I think they work from a space of I get what I want and I know how to play this game to where if this ends up hurting you, you've signed yourself up for it. So you can only blame yourself. You can't blame me for hurting you or harming your feelings or anything like that. I don't have to be responsible because I've told you now that these are my rules. And if you can't follow, you know what I mean? So he set it up already to kind of push the women in a corner, so to speak. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I have to wonder what type of drugs he may be on, because four women is a lot. 4 women is a lot. Like it is. And it's very hard to give all of those women the same amount of energy at the same time. It is. I'm just letting y'all know. Okay. So I'm telling y'all right now, he can talk all of that shit he wants to, but I don't believe that it's as I don't think it's as equal or as just as he makes it out to be. I think he probably makes all of the rules. And yeah, I have to wonder what type of drugs he's on in order to be able to fuck 4 women. Like what's the schedule? What's the schedule? And another thing is I think he's using those women to help take care of his children, and I don't like that either. I don't like that either. Like, as somebody that is, perfectly fine with poly or ethical non-monogamy, because I feel like, we all have our feelings about these things, but I think it's unrealistic to expect monogamy from people consistently and without fail in long-term relationships, especially in the years of your, 20s and shit like that. People be married very early in life and you expect to be with one person for what, 60 years? Yeah, nah, I'm sorry. I don't think that that's realistic for most people. I just think people know they're going to get cheated on, or, and they have it in their mind what they're going to forgive and what they're not going to forgive. But they just know that at some point they're going to get cheated on. Like, that's just something people admit to themselves. Okay. So yeah, I don't think that's all that smart either. But I've heard people say they would prefer to lie than to have an open, honest situation. They would prefer to just cheat and lie to their partner. And I think that's because they get to retain the control. So yeah, I definitely, I'm looking at this situation like you're using those women for a multitude of reasons, and they may be getting something out of it. And people will think that the lifestyle is worth it, but I don't. Because I feel like it doesn't matter how much money somebody has. If they fuck your head up or they fuck up how you see yourself, the money wasn't worth it. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can, because there are so many people out there that say shit like, well, I'd rather cry in a Bentley than cry in a Honda. And I'm like, I don't want to cry at all. That's another option, to never really have to cry. Okay. Like, you could really change your mindset about some of these things so you don't end up getting your feelings hurt every time a nigga can't control his dick. But yeah, I'm sorry. I always think it's so crazy. And that's something these girls like to do a lot these days. Y'all getting in a relationship with rappers or basketball players, what have you, football players, whatever. And you expect them to be monogamous. And then when they're not, you get your ass on the internet and cry and want everybody to be mad at the nigga. And I'm just kind of like, ma'am, what did you expect? Like, what did you expect? Stop getting your fucking feelings hurt by somebody who you already know what it's going to be like. You already know what it's going to be like. So you got some choices. Figure out a way to make that shit work for yourself, or as you allow him to cheat in peace, you do the same. Fuck. Okay, make sure you put a little bit of money to the side, girl. But I tell you to continue to allow your heart to get broken by something is inevitable. It's going to happen. And it's something that's going to happen often. So why, what I'm saying? It's not like death. Shit. Like, yeah, it's inevitable, but I can't really prepare myself for somebody I love dying like that. But these niggas cheating on y'all, these celebrity niggas cheating on y'all. Come on now, bitch, stop. Like, let it go, move on, or
Yeah.
Because
get with it or get gone.
it's also an experience for people too who maybe are curious about it and just want to know about it, and they learn that through your music.
Indeed. See, people get caught up on the sexual element of it. It's more,
a lot more
if
to
the
it,
only
yeah.
reason you're doing it is for the sexual part of it, you're bound to fail.
Well, that's an orgy. That's swinging. This is love, right?
There's something totally different. This is community. This is a team. We are partners in this situation. 4 women, 5 people, including me, 5 different incomes. You know what I'm saying? I have 7 children, but they help with the kids. My mom knows everybody, loves everybody. My sister knows everybody. The baby mamas have met them. It's a community thing. It's more than just an orgy every night.
Child, we know it's not every night.
Yeah.
Because it's also an experience for people too who maybe are curious about it and just want to know about it, and they learn that through your music.
Indeed. See, people get caught up on the sexual element of it. It's more than, if the only reason you're doing it is for the sexual part of it, you're bound to fail.
Yeah. So yeah. Shout out to my girl Erica De Niro. But yeah, y'all. I think that Neyo is a very peculiar specimen. And I feel like if there are young women who are willing to play this role in his life for, a couple years, a few months, by all means, have a good time and move on with your life. However, I just don't see it as it being the community he claims it is. To me, you're a king in a castle and you're dictating to all of your concubines and the people around you. I don't think that necessarily gives a lot of room for how those women feel. I don't think you really care about what their needs are, because essentially I do feel like you think you can switch them out for any other fine, smart, pretty woman that would want to be in that situation. So when you don't value those women individually for who they are, it's always going to end up being more of a king concubine type of thing. And I think most men live in a fantasy world in their mind where they really want to be a pimp. They want to be a pimp and they want to have hoes. And I believe that a lot of men have that, underlying thing going on. That's what they're really thinking about. That's what they really want out of, their interactions with women.